Sprawdź nasz isotonic drink FKS STAL Mielec. Do nabycia w naszym oficjalnym sklepie na stronie www.sklep.stalmielec.com, w sieci sklepów A i K oraz Leclerc Mielec. Zapraszamy na biało-niebieskie zakupy.
Dzień dobry biało-niebiescy kibice, czas na kolejny odcinek programu Kawa na Solskiego, a dziś osoba, która już niedługo zmierzy się na boisku z Robertem Lewandowskim, a więc z nami dziś Guillaumier. Hello Matthew, how are you?
Hello.
Okay.
I'm okay. What about you?
Yeah, it's perfect. So you are ready for the question?
Yes.
Okay, so first I want to ask you about the time when you be a child. So do you remember maybe your first football training session?
I was 4 years old, but even before this, my mom and my parents tell me that I was always in love with playing with the ball. So even when I got older as well, and my friends would play with bikes or want to do other stuff, I would stay playing with the ball. I can say that from when I was young, I always loved to play football.
So who was your idol when you were a child?
So my uncle, who is my mom's brother, plays football, and I used to look up to him a lot because he used to play football in Malta. There are some Maltese players as well, like Michael Mifsud and Andrzej Kembri, who were players that played abroad, because I always wanted to play abroad.
Okay.
And then obviously I used to love Cristiano Ronaldo, because I am a Manchester United supporter, and he used to be with Manchester United, young player, so I used to look up to him as well.
When did you first think football is something what I want to do in my life?
I think from when I was young. In Malta it is difficult, but I always knew that I had passion for football, so I always wanted to try to make sure that football is in my life. And from when I was young, people saw that maybe I had some talent, and I just wanted to continue to work that, and I didn't stay thinking I wanted to be my job. I just want to play football every day of my life because it's what I love.
How is children's football training in Malta?
In Malta, I think it's the same like everywhere. I mean, the difference that I see, and then with training sessions and quality in Malta to abroad, is more when you reach 14, 15, when you need to start doing maybe more physical stuff. But as technique, and when you are young, I think that the training is very good. It is like, I think, other places. Obviously, I'm not saying it is like Real Madrid or these clubs, but as a young player between 4 to 10 years old, I think the most important is that you play with the ball.
How would you rate the level of a league in Malta?
So there's a difference. I mean, it's not the best league. The top teams, so maybe the top 3-4 teams, have a good level, but the biggest problem we have is intensity. The games are a bit slower. So technically and tactically we are okay, we are good, but then we struggle with the intensity, which is a big difference I see between, for example, Poland and even Malta. What
was the reaction your family when you say now you were going to Poland to play in STAL Mielec?
So it was strange because they knew I wanted to go abroad. So in a way I was open to go almost anywhere. And when I got the opportunity to come here, I know the Ekstraklasa League. I followed it for a few years because I like to follow different leagues. And it was easy for me to say yes because I know that it's a good opportunity. And I also researched about the club, and I know that it's a club that was in the league for a few years and has a good way of working in the league.
Okay, and what was your first reaction when you came to the club?
So obviously Mielec is not the biggest city, so it was a bit of a shock. I remember when I arrived, it was raining and it was summer, and I was like, okay, so summer it's always going to be bad weather, but it's not the case. I mean, in winter it is cold, obviously, but there are still sunny days, so at least it's still good from that.
Okay, and who is the best friend in team?
In STAL?
Yeah, in STAL.
In STAL, I have a few. I think Marvin, Sanger, Elvis, Bert. Yes, all the foreigners. There was Koki who left. All the foreigners. There's Rave. I think the good thing about this team is that, like the foreigners, we are all very close. Now there is Bogi, there is Ivan as well, who just came. So we are a nice group that stay together. But I would say the closest are Elvis, Marvin, and Bert.
That is top 3.
Yeah.
What is the biggest difference between the league in Malta and in Poland?
So the biggest is the intensity, and also what I like a lot about the Polish league is the setup and organization is very, very good. In Malta they are improving, but it is not the same. I like a lot that the stadiums are mostly full in Poland, most of the clubs, with a lot of supporters, good facilities, but the level of the actual play is very good, very physical, and a lot of running.
Now I want to ask you, which match of STAL Mielec do you remember the most?
So the most memorable that I remember was Legia Warsaw, when we win 3-1 away. I remember in this moment we were passing through a bad time, we lose 4 games, and obviously Legia Warsaw away is difficult, and we managed to win, and it was a game that I will never forget.
Okay, and how does you feel when you play at Wembley?
I mean, Legia is a big stadium, but Wembley is massive. But no, it's a really nice experience to play in front of all those people. It's another game that I will never forget in my life, very memorable. So yeah, you feel like you reach somewhere, but it's like a goal to play in the nicest stadiums in the world, which for me is amazing.
Okay, and how do you rate the group in World Cup qualifiers?
It's a very tough group. I mean, for Malta, many groups are always going to be tough because we are one of the lower ranked teams. I'm very happy to be in the group with Poland, obviously. And also then we will see if we are with Spain or Netherlands. That's another big country. I think if I compare to the previous Euro, it is maybe a bit more favorable. Because in the last group we had very hard teams. We had England, Italy, Ukraine, who all qualified. Now there is Poland and Spain or Netherlands, who are very, very good. Then there is Finland as well, who are very good. But maybe they're not the biggest country as well. So we will see what happens. And also Lithuania. But I know that still their level is maybe a bit higher than of Malta.
So are you already looking for the game Poland-Malta and Gulli versus Lewandowski?
I think Gulli versus Lewandowski is a bit too much. Lewandowski has done amazing things in the game. Yes, I'm looking forward to it, but obviously first there are important games to play here, and also we have the game against Finland before, which we need to try start the group off well. But obviously it's the game that I am excited for.
How national team of Malta have to play with Poland to win this game?
So I think it's like any other game for Malta especially. It's a game where we need to fight, we need to work together, help each other, and then also play football, because without playing football you won't be able to score a goal and to win the game or to do well. So I think those are the main things, but they're the normal things that I think in every game, in every team should go into the game like that.
Okay, and what do you do in free time in Mielec?
So most of the time, if my fiancée is not at work, I am on FaceTime with her and my family to keep some company and hear some voices. But when, for example, she is at work, I play FIFA. Sometimes I try to do some course on Udemy. Sometimes, I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but I try.
Okay, and what place in Poland have you seen?
So I've been to Krakow the most. I think for me it's my favorite city, but at the same time I have not seen all the cities. So I've been to Warsaw as well. I think it's very nice as well, but it's bigger, more hectic kind of. And I've been to Rzeszów as well, because obviously it's the closest.
You'll be in Warsaw, Krakow, Rzeszów.
Yes.
So what place in Poland would you like to see?
So I haven't been to Zakopane, which I would like to see. The reason is that whenever we have holidays or time off, I try to go to Malta, so I don't end up going to Zakopane. And also I would like to see Gdańsk as well, because I hear that it's nice. It's in the north, it's a bit too far from Mielec. So maybe if I have some time one day, I can go and have like a little holiday in Gdańsk.
Okay, so how do you feel in Poland? How do you feel in Mielec?
I feel good. I mean, in Mielec, life is very calm. I like that there's not a lot of I mean, there is a bit of traffic one time in the day, I think, but I never really see it. But it is very quiet. I think it is very safe and very clean. I think being safe and clean is also something in all of Poland, not only Mielec. So it makes me feel comfortable as well.
What place in Malta do you recommend to visit?
If you go on holiday, there are quite a few places, so it depends when you go. I think Valletta, the national city, is very nice. It has a lot of history. If you go in summer, obviously some beaches, there is Golden Bay. It is nice to go get on a boat and go around because we are like a few islands. There is Blue Lagoon in Comino and also Gozo is very nice. Also Mdina is the old capital city and it is fortified, so it has like bastions and it has a nice view of all of Malta.
Okay, and what food from Malta do you recommend to taste?
So to taste, it's easy to get. They are called pastizzi. So they are pastry filled with either peas or ricotta. They are very cheap, and you find many of these shops everywhere. But then there are also other dishes that I like, which is like baked rice or rabbit. We cook like traditional rabbit as well, which are very good as well.
I like rabbit.
Yeah, it's good.
What music do you listen to?
So I listen to a lot of like R&B and rap. I like Drake a lot. But then ever since I came to Poland, I also like to listen to some Maltese songs because it reminds me of home as well. So.
Okay, you say about rap.
Yeah.
So your top 3 rapper on the world?
I'm not some that I understand a lot, but the ones that I listen to the most are maybe Drake, 21 Savage, and I don't know who else. Those two are the main ones that I listen to, I think. And Kendrick Lamar as well. I know they fight, but I listen to him as well.
And what films do you like to watch?
My favorite films to watch are like about sports. So I like all sports, American football, basketball, obviously football. My favorite ones are the ones where they like inspire you, they get some story of some athlete doing a sport and they get the story about how he grew up, how he did everything. These are my favorite type.
What do you like to eat and what never ever again?
To be honest, there isn't something that I don't like. I like everything. I mean, I think my favorite is pasta. But because of football as well, you need to be careful how much pasta you eat and, for example, how much pizza you eat. So I try to be careful, but I think even from when I was young, my favorite was always pasta.
Okay. And what Polish food do you like to eat?
So I think the main two that I eat the most and that I like the most are the żurek. I like when it's cold. I like it a lot, and I like pierogi. Especially the ones with meat. Mięso. Okay. These are my favorite.
Okay. So now we make a little warm language, okay?
Okay.
Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Żurek.
Żurek.
Chrząszcz.
Chrząszcz.
Really good.
I try to see a bit, so maybe.
Okay. Grzegorz Brzęczyszczykiewicz.
You have to say this one slowly.
Grzegorz
Brzęczy
Szczykiewicz. Perfect.
Perfect, but I try.
Okay.
Tell me the best day of your life.
Best day of my life, just one. I think when I make debut with national team, because this was always a dream of mine, and when I debut I play against Faroe Islands and play 90 minutes and we win 2-1, so it was very memorable day.
Okay, and now you can say anything you want on this camera.
I try to think in Polish, but it's difficult. Thank you for all. Dziękuję za wszystko.
Dziękuję za wszystko.
Dziękuję za wszystko. Thank you for support. I say it in English as well. I hope you continue to support like I know you do every week, because I think that you guys are great supporters. Because even in the bad times, I feel the support, and you come to away games. So I'm very grateful, and thank you for everything. That's all. We continue to fight, and hopefully we stay in Ekstraklasa.